This is a very special live streaming live from probably my favorite place on the planet in the summer, of course. Here we are in Ontario, Canada, reporting live 7:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a live stream before I start my real job. Today we're talking about things we'd tell our younger self. I love this idea. I love reading what people say, tips and advice. It's very interesting. One thing I've noticed is that I think what makes these live streams interesting is you and the stuff that you write. And I don't think I'd be able to do this without your participation. Um, Talking to a camera feels awkward. Hey, good morning. Yay, how are you? Lauren's here too. Good morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you two are here. Look, I'm reporting live from one of my favorite places here in Ontario, Canada. It's 7:22 a.m. and we're having a heat wave. And in Canada, the mornings are very rarely warm. I always need like a big sweater, thick pants, and I'm always cold in the morning, even in the summer in Canada. So it's really cool. Yay, I do feel lucky. Thank you, Lauren. I was saying as I set up this morning, like, gosh, I feel so grateful that I get to do this um, live streaming with you, reading your comments, but also from this beautiful place. You know, there's only a small window that we get to use this. Is that Mr. Friend too? Yay, Mr. Friend's here. Mr. Friend, I feel like I haven't seen your name on my screen live in a while, and I miss you. Lauren's here today too. Sweet Lauren. She shared a really cool experience with us. On the last live stream about sort of stepping out of her comfort zone. She was having a bit of a challenge and she ended up being surprised at her favorite concert. Is it Blue October? Yeah, everything's going well. Yes, it has been a while. So I'm so glad you guys are here from the UK. I hope you're having nice weather. Like I said, we're having nice weather here in Ontario, Canada. It's usually cold at this time for me. I'm usually in a sweater. Early mornings in Canada are still pretty cold, but this week we've had a heat wave and it's going to last until tomorrow, and then it starts to get colder again. Hey, Lauren, Mr. Friend says, yay, that's so good. Yes, it is well remembered. Yes, that's so cool. Wyoming, yay. I'm glad you guys are here. Again, my name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada, from my favorite place before I start my real job. What advice would you tell your younger self? Let's see. First time here. Hey, let's see. Is it the Chelsea? I think that these sunglasses don't have a strong enough prescription for me, folks, because I am having trouble reading this. Does it say first time here? Oh my God, is it? Oh, the cheese. The cheese is first time here. I'm glad you're here. Hi, beautiful. Good morning. Is it Big Scratch TV says that? Thank you. Listen, my name is Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. I do live streams in the morning before I start my real job. We talk about all the good things in the world, what's going on in the world, what we want to work on, what we're looking towards, what our hopes and dreams are, what we're working towards, any advice you tell your younger self. And I typically read everybody's name and comment. Everyone gets a voice on this channel, but I think I picked the wrong, like an older sunglasses that had an older prescription in it because I am having trouble reading your name. So forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Oh, yes, let's swimming, sis, right? Oh man, do I have another pair of glasses down here? Crap, I'm gonna have to do my real glasses, folks, because I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss your names and comments. Is it? Lai says, let's swimming, sis. Did you wear sunscreen? Sarah asked. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do have sunscreen on. Thank you. Hey, the cheese says Jesus is the best thing to talk about. Great. Please share some tips and advice. If you have something that you want to tell people that you think could benefit all of us, please do share it. I love reading your names and comments. Lauren says, I've been thinking about about the advice one, and I think I have something I would have told my younger self. Please. Lauren, you are so full of wisdom. I would love to hear what I think we could all benefit from hearing that. What would you tell your younger self? Please do share it. Is it Angela's Siddiqui says, hi, hi. I'm glad you're here. My name's Robin, reporting live from Ontario, Canada. Hold on, let's move you out because the sun is changing here. Mr. Friend says, advice to my younger self, be patient, kind, and think of others first. Oh, that's beautiful. Mr. Friend says, his advice to his younger self would be to be patient and kind and think of others first. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, you've got beautiful eyes, Sarah says. Thank you. I appreciate that. My eyes are weak, Sarah. I can't, I'm having trouble reading people's comments and such without the right prescription sunglasses. So the cheese says, John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets to the Father except through me. Folks, I love reading your names and comments and the things that you think. This channel exists really now through these live streams because of the stuff you guys write and say. I do value everything you say. It's pretty interesting. Even Mr. Friend made a comment. There was a video that I shared of somebody that was, I guess, saying that I look like a man. And that app that I use that picks up these small clips from my live streams picked that one up. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna share that one because I need you guys to know that what people say to you, other people's words, other people's comments, even things that people say in conversations or emails, whatever the case is, whatever form of communication, I need you to know that what other people say and do only can hurt you as much as you allow it to. So I hope through these live streams and you guys getting to see that in real time that, yeah, I mean, um, certain things, certain comments people say probably hurt more than others, but they're strangers' words. And I think we have to be really mindful that sometimes the people that are saying hurtful things are hurting themselves. They really are. I don't think a person that's feeling good about themselves goes on the internet to say mean things to other people. I really don't think so. So I offer a lot of compassion on this channel. Even when people say mean things, I read them all. I find it pretty entertaining. Lauren says, do not believe everything that others might have to say about you. You're right, Lauren. You're right. Don't believe what others say. And sometimes we can't always believe what we think either. We have to be mindful of the thoughts we're having because sometimes we repeat thoughts that may not be true. And the more time we repeat it, the more that belief solidifies. And I should always mention I am not a therapist. This is just a live stream. I'm a person in Ontario, Canada, reporting live, sharing thoughts and perspectives in real time on this channel and hearing what you get to say. Let's see. Lauren says the cheese, my favorite from John is 6:13. See, isn't this beautiful? Guys, we get to hear what other people's perspectives are, and then we get to pipe in and say, hey, I'm familiar with that. That's my favorite. Oh, beautiful. 6:13. Lauren, I would love to hear that. Listen, guys, this channel, everyone gets a voice. And I love when we have these types of conversations where people get to share their perspective and we get to see that not everyone thinks the same, not everyone believes the same things, but we can still have a meaningful conversation, right? With people that are different from us, with people that think differently than us. Let's see. The cheese says 1 Timothy 6:12, fight the good fight of faith. Romans 12:2, do not conform to this world, but instead be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Oh, wow. Do not conform. I love that. I do think we need that reminder. I see that a lot, folks. These live streaming sessions and just becoming more observant of everything that goes on around me. I really notice a lot of stuff in myself, in others, with the world. And it doesn't mean everything I observe is correct and facts. That's not what I'm suggesting. But do not conform, friends. We have to be our own independent selves and we have to let others be theirs, right? We can't force our beliefs on others. But we can proudly believe what we believe and try to do the right thing and grow and improve and notice the good and try to make the best out of what is presented our way. I love that. Lauren, beautiful, the cheese says. Isn't that great? Oh, wait, let's see here. Lauren says, I've always absorbed other people's opinions of me after how I think about myself. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, other people's opinions of me to alter how I think about myself. I'm 35 and still learning. Oh my God, Lauren, you're beautiful, first of all. And yeah, absolutely. Um, it took me many, 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 many years, decades to um, start understanding all of that and start developing my own impression of myself and not what I guess I perceived when I was younger. Sometimes, like, it's our own perception when we're so young, and then we get to decide our whole personality, all our strengths and weaknesses. We get to decide that stuff when we're little. When someone told us, like, oh, you suck at spelling, or you're terrible at math, you're not very smart. Like, and then that becomes our identity. Oh my God, the sun's shining on my gray hair. Pretend you didn't see that. I wish I could edit that out. But you know what? You're right, folks. Let's not let the opinions of others or even the opinions of ourselves when we were younger and we didn't know better. Don't let that become our whole identity. I love that. Let's see. The cheese says, Lauren, beautiful. I love this. Self-affirmation this year's goal. Oops, my pizza fell down. Yeah. Let's do some affirmations about ourselves. Like, what would you tell your younger self that you will always be okay? Like, you're going to be just fine. Don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything people say. Don't believe everything on the internet. There's a lot of good in the world. Look for the good. I love this, guys. Lauren, did you mean John 13:6, not 6:3? Um, Folks, this is a really special live stream. All of them are. They really are. Like I said, because of you, because of your tips and ideas and the things you share. So please do write. Tell us what you tell your younger self. There's so much I would tell my younger self. I would say that when you start working on your mental landscape, you actually see yourself differently. Like I see myself as a better person because I know the way I think. And then in turn, it's like you almost see your own beauty because like you have a beautiful way of thinking and then you have a beautiful perspective on life and then you actually become more confident. It's weird. I feel like I'm more confident now at 45 with more gray hair and a little bit of extra meat in certain spots and all of those things, lines and wrinkles. I'm actually more confident now than I've ever been, and it has a lot to do with the inner work, the inner landscape. So it's pretty interesting how that goes. We learn from our failures. Absolutely, Mr. Friend, I love that. And I was sharing something earlier this week that I didn't think there were any failures. Like I don't know if we could call them failures, especially like too early. I think sometimes these things, someone made a comment too, and they were like, um, I hope women realize like a good person that they have before it's too late. And I remember thinking like maybe that person not appreciating you is a blessing in disguise, you know? You don't want the wrong people loving you and appreciating you and staying with you forever. Maybe their rejection or that relationship that you viewed as a failure is actually a blessing in disguise and is keeping you open for something better in the future. But you would never know that now. You would never know that now. You might just be hung up on your ex or hung up on a failed relationship or a failed business, but you won't know until the very end, all the value that came from it, all the life lessons. So, I love that you wrote that. We absolutely learn from our failures. Lauren says, no, 16:3. I meant by 3:16. Yeah, for God so loved the world, he gave his only son is also a favorite of mine. Beautiful. Lauren, I love that. Oh, the cheese 1167 gave you a heart. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool, folks? Like, what a beautiful day it is. I don't know where you are in the world. If there's something that you want to write that you want spoken out loud, um, they were saying, and forgive me, I'm going to butcher this, but they were saying that the thoughts we have are powerful. Obviously, there's energy to everything. They say, again, look this up. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a therapist. Always do your own research. Don't believe everyone you see on the internet, even if they look trusting. They have a nice smile. They're trusting. You gotta just do your own research, folks, and take everything at face value and just come up with your own opinions and your own thoughts and do your own research, right? And I don't mean be pessimistic and mistrusting of everyone. I just say take it with a grain of salt. So um, the person was saying, and they were a professional, but they were saying that the thoughts we have energy, but the words we speak, they kind of amplify it more. So if you take a thought and then you speak it out loud, it really amplifies it more, solidifies it more. So we want to be so mindful of the things we say, but then maybe we can use that to our advantage and say the things we do want to believe, even if you don't believe it yet. Like, I deserve all the good things this life has to offer. Do you believe that? Do you believe you deserve it? Um, Again, I have so many ideas of things that I want to work on. Summer does postpone those things, but I want to talk about like our self-belief and our identity. Because if we don't believe that good things are possible for us, it really does start there. We have to believe it's possible. We have to believe we're capable of learning and improving, and that who we were yesterday doesn't have to be who we are today, and we can always improve. And it took me such a long time to figure that out that now I'm like trying to tell everybody, like, guys, it all starts with our own self-belief. So do you believe it's possible for you to have good things in your life? I'm curious how you're feeling. Lauren says, I have something, oh my, in my drawing room called Ah, call it a frigate bucket. And that's where I write down things I can't fix now or all at once written in the bin it goes. Oh, or at all. Once it's written, it goes in the bin. Oh my God, that's so awesome. She's got a F it bucket where she writes down all the things that she can't fix right now or that she can't fix at all. And she throws it in the bucket. And I wish I could say this. I love that. Lauren, that's so clever. And it helps me feel like I still have control, even when I can't control things. Oh my God. Lauren, see how we're learning from you? Guys, oh no, oh no. I hope you're still here. There's a lot of things, folks, that we can't control in our lives. Hold on. Oh, the sun. Is this a better spot? I don't know. There's a lot of things we can't control in our lives, folks. And then once we kind of accept that, Lauren has this really cool strategy where she writes down the things she can't control or the things she can't fix right now, and she throws it in her F it bucket and says, F it, there's nothing I can do. Guys, if we spend our time thinking about the things we can't control, I think we drive ourselves crazy. And that's one thing I notice in one of the challenging experiences I had many years ago that led me on this whole journey of understanding the mind and brain and people was because I was working with people that were so focused on things they can't control. It's all they talked about all day long. And it just worked them up. It angered them. They weren't sleeping well. They were always angry. Um, they were so focused on problems, they could never find a solution. Because when you're in that mindset, the scarcity mindset, this fearful mindset, ideas and solutions don't breathe there, they get stifled. So there could be an answer, a solution right in front of you, but if you are always living in that anger, fear, upset emotions, you won't even see the solution or the answer right in front of you. And it's so sad. And that's why I love these live streams where we can learn from each other. And if you ever catch yourself doing that, you can go, oh, this is a repetitive thought loop that's not helping me. I'm going to switch it and start rewiring that thought into something more helpful. I love this. The cheese says, where are you chatting from, Lauren? I'm in Texas. Hey, Lauren says, the lovely sunny London, UK. Cheese. Yeah, she's in London, UK. So is Mr. Friend. We've got people from Texas. This is so cool. Hey, John Phillips, I take cars, all animals and company and volunteers. I'm happy. Amen. Let's go. Hey, what does that mean? Are you a volunteer driver? I take cars, all animals in company as volunteers. I'm happy. Amen. Let's go. John Phillips, we are so glad that you're happy. That's what we want. Folks, life's not always going to be that way. We're not always going to feel happy. We're not always going to be in our favorite place. Beautiful sunny day. It's a Friday, right? Life's not always going to work out the way we want. And maybe that helps us appreciate the good stuff when it is good, right? There's got to be that contrast, I think. The chief says, oh, wow, I bet it's beautiful in London. Nice accents over there, too. He says, wait, let me read it with the London accent. He said, oh, wow, I bet it's beautiful in London. Nice accents over there, too, right? I think I could fit into London. No, I don't know. John Phillips says, I don't. Driven. Oh, I apologize. Oh, you take care of animals. Wow, what a gift. Good for you. That's beautiful. Lauren says London is my favorite city in the UK. Isn't that cool to live um, close to where you love, in a place that you enjoy being? What a blessing it is, right? I love that we can share the things we're grateful for. Maybe that's what we should do. Write down what you're grateful for, folks. Let's move over here. There was a few things I wanted to read to you if we have time, but I do have to. Oh crap, it's even brighter over here. I do have to sign out a little bit earlier than my usual live stream because I have to work. It's still a work day and I have to go upstairs and start work. So let me see. Lawrence says, Robin, come here. You will trick so many fantastic. Yeah, I have got a fantastic accent, right? I love accents, as you know, and I have a handful of cousins in the UK. And, when I talk to them on the phone, and my cousin, one in particular that I'm thinking of, she just sounds so beautiful and classy. Not classy, she sounds classy. When she speaks with her accent, she sounds classy. And then when she imitates mine, it's pretty funny. It's really sweet. You have it spot on. Yay! I love it. I love it. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Are there any accents that you guys like doing? What's your favorite thing to do? If you could be anywhere in the world right now, if you could be doing anything in the world right now, what would you be doing? I would love to hear that. I've shared before on the live stream that I was listening to, these things. I listen to a lot of uplifting stuff. And I was at the gym, and the person was saying, like, visualize yourself where you'd be right now, if you had everything that you wanted. And I was like, oh, I might be right here at the gym. And I remember listening to something else. It was a different person saying something similar, like, where would you be right now if you had everything? And at the time, I was actually listening to it on my big speaker. No one was home. And I was taking like a bubble bath. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I'd be right here in a bubble bath. Sometimes, folks, like it feels like we're really, really far from our dreams and our hopes. But if we can notice the times when we are living, doing something that we love, even sipping like a delicious cup of coffee, be like, oh God, if I was like the richest person in the world right now, or whatever it is you desire, I'd be enjoying a beautiful cup of coffee just like I am right now. And if we could start noticing those small moments in our life that kind of match up with what we'd be doing anyway, if we had everything we wanted, we could start to feel like we're already living our dream life slowly, and really notice all the good. I love that. In that pool, because it's too hot here. Oh, Lauren. Oh my God, Lauren, if you were here right now, we'd be floating. I have this little pizza floaty. The three of us can actually fit on it. Me, my husband, well, the white one. Hold on, maybe you could see this. Lauren, if you were here right now floating, see that big white floaty? The three of us would be live streaming from a floaty floating on the water. That's what we would do. Let's see. The cheese says, what do you ladies do for work? Yes, cocktails, Lord. Yes, we'd be having cocktails on a floaty floating in the water. I love that. I work for insurance. So, when 8 o'clock comes on Monday through Friday, I have a really great job, actually. I work with lovely clients. I work for a fantastic company. Um, I'm very, very lucky, but it is a serious job. So I do love live streaming like this and talking about lives, hopes, and dreams and goals and creating content and expressing ourselves creatively. It doesn't have to be online in front of a bunch of people live streaming, but whatever creative things you like to do, even if you're not good at it, if it's painting, if it's singing, if it's playing an instrument, if it's art, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be something that you're skilled at, but I do encourage you to have hobbies and express your creative side. I do think that, I don't know, are animals creative? Yeah, they build stuff, but I think humans have a whole other capacity for creating and building and expressing their talents. And we should be trying as many different things as possible to see what we're good at. I didn't even know that I'm good at live streaming until I was 45 years old, live streaming. So test out everything, try everything. John Phillips says, Amen. Some company like families in business, making money, pay bills, feed kids. Yes, John Phillips says, guys, I love this. This is a great reminder for us, folks. When good people make more money, they can do more good. Don't ever feel that money is good or bad. It's neither. Same with power and influence. It's neither good or bad. It's up to the person who uses that tool. It's a tool, just like a knife can cut someone open to save their life in surgery. A knife can do the opposite. We already know that. So I do think it's up to us to use that money and wealth and power and freedom in the service of others. So I like that, John Phillips. Help families, make money, pay your bills, feed kids, do good for the world. I love that. Lauren says, oh, I'm on a sabbatical because my mental health matters. Absolutely. Thank God that we live in a time where if you need to take that time away for your mental health, do it. And the good thing about you, Lauren, that I know specifically is you're not somebody that just wastes it. Every single live stream you come on, like look at this bucket that you've created where you write down the things. If you're just tuning in live, Lauren has a bucket. It's called F It. Okay, it all rhymes with bucket. And she writes down the things she can't control or the things she can't do anything about right now. And then she throws it in that bucket. And it's a way to just mentally release. Lauren, you've shared your breathing techniques, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. if you're comfortable sharing it, because I'm going to butcher it, it's like five things you see, four things you hear, three things, and that's something that you start thinking about when you feel yourself anxious or again, I'm not a therapist or a doctor. I'm sharing other people's tips that they were kind enough to share here because I want when you leave this live stream, you leave a little better off than when you came in with a tip, with an advice, with an idea, with a little energy, with some inspiration. That's what I always want. Anytime I create anything, I want to leave you a little better off than I found you. So I love that we share tips here. The cheese says service, very nice. Yes, people, when we make more money, we can do more good. We really can. You could do random acts of kindness. I do a bunch of small, random kind things, and I don't typically tell anyone, and I don't typically film it. But we've been doing these small things for many, many, many years now, and I do think I should start not filming it. I would never film the people that we like help or anything. I'm not putting them on the spot, but I can talk about it, and I can maybe show small clips of something because maybe kindness multiplies when we share it openly, and someone else might get an idea and be like, oh my God, she was able to do something nice for someone else and it was free. Some of the stuff is free. I had a gentleman deliver something, an order, and he knocked on the door yesterday, and it's a heat wave here in Ontario. I'm like, hey, buddy, do you want like a Coke, a cold can of Coke, or a water bottle, a cold water? Like anybody that knocks on the door for anything, if they're selling lawn care and it's humid out, I'll give them a popsicle. Offer them a freezie. I've given people, strangers, so much stuff, and it cost me nothing. I had it in my house anyway, and it's such a small gesture, but it's really beautiful. So, being of service, using what you have, don't wait till you're wealthy to do nice gestures. Even smiling at somebody, holding the door open. If you see somebody that's wearing something and that color looks good on them, say, like, hey, that shirt matches your eyes. It's nothing, right? It's really nothing. And once that becomes part of your personality and who you are, you've actually begun to train your mind to notice the good. And remember, when you look for the good, you become part of it. Mr. Friend says, my messages weren't showing. I would like to be doing a conservation work in New Zealand. Oh, why aren't your messages showing? Look at that. Mr. Friend says, I would love to be doing conservation work in New Zealand. Wow, that sounds beautiful. I'm sorry that your message aren't showing, but you're so right. Small things, Mr. Friend says, make a difference. Even a smile is charity. Yes, do not wait until you have a bunch of resources to start thinking about, oh, how I'm going to save money, how I'm going to do kind things. Start with what you have. It's actually free. I had this little booklet that there were postcards, and I started writing like, hey, you're doing great things. You're going to have good luck. And then I put it in the different mailboxes around here, those big ones that we have. So I don't know if the mailman's going to get it or if it's just going to go in a big bag and go to the sorting facility. And when they go to sort it out and say, like, oh, who's this going to? They're going to read, like, hey, something good's going to happen to you. We value you. And imagine some stranger that I have no idea who it is going to read some kind words that I wrote to them one day. Might be today, it might be in 5 days. When it gets there, who knows? But it cost me nothing. It was free. I already had the postcards. Like, again, it doesn't have to be a lot. You can offer the person delivering your mail a cold bottle of water on a hot day, even if they say no, thank you. Like, just know that the more moments of joy that you give to others, you're actually multiplying the amount of joy that you experience in your life. So you're not doing it for selfish reasons, but somehow it ends up coming back to you, and it's quite beautiful. I love that. And guys, I've got a couple more minutes before I do have to sign out a little earlier than normal so I can set up for my work. But please do tell me. I love this, Mr. Friend. I love what you guys would be doing right now. If you could do anything in the world at this exact moment, what would you be doing right now? Are you enjoying a nice cup of coffee where you are? Would you be doing that same thing? Try to look for the moments in your life where you'd be doing that exact same thing. Oh, I'm taking a nice hot shower. This is exactly what I would be doing if I was living my dream life, just enjoying the nice warm water on my skin or whatever it is. I just do notice from personal experience that when I look for the good moments in life, I see hundreds of them. And they're nothing spectacular. Sometimes they're just a quick phone call. I have to make a lot of phone calls for my job. So sometimes when the people answer, I don't know who they are, right? Sometimes it's a new person I haven't talked to. I'm like, it's Friday. We're one step closer to the weekend. And then the people joke and and then we talk about business, right? It's 10 seconds, it's 5 seconds to offer a lighthearted sort of comment or exchange before you talk business, right? And it actually makes for a beautiful conversation. So I encourage you this weekend that anytime you notice anything good, something small, the way the sunlight is shining through the trees right now, someone's beautiful smile or a delicious something that you're eating, a fruit is extra juicy. I want you to think in your mind, hey, when I look for the good, I become part of it and really start training yourself. When I look for the good, I become part of that good, and it's not just a passing moment, it sits with you, it becomes part of your personality. And maybe that's what we need to start training ourselves more to look for the good, and then we become that good for others. We notice it, and it's like this beautiful loop in our lives. Let's see. Lauren says, preparing for my love to come home for the weekend. That is what I'm grateful for. Wow. Okay, let's say preparing for your love to come home. Let's say that means you have to clean the washrooms, for example. Normally, when you clean the washroom, we might be feeling like, oh my God, ugh, I have to clean the washroom. But when you're cleaning the washroom to prepare for your love that's coming for the weekend, it suddenly changes everything. You're creating a beautiful space to enjoy. I mean, maybe we have to shift the way we're looking at things when we're doing it. The cheese says, just me, mindful and careful when you open up to strangers, especially as a woman. Be on guard and don't be overly trusting because some people don't know how to act. Great advice. Absolutely. We should always be cautious. Thank you. I'm grateful for my health, Mr. Friend says. Wow, I love that. Yes. Lauren says 100%. Grateful for our health, folks. If we have eyes and ears and fingers and Wi-Fi and we're able to conduct a conversation, we're healthy enough to move our bodies around, that in and of itself is something to be grateful. I love that. Hey, Dangerverse is here. Oh, let's go. Hi, Dangerverse. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to be doing another live stream tomorrow. I hope it's nice weather. I'll do it from the pool as well, because then we're having a cold front. But I am going to log off in a minute or two because I got to get ready for work, folks. I am wishing you an incredible weekend. Thank you very much, Lauren. Thank you, all of you, Mr. Friend, Dangerverse, all of you here. The cheese, Lucas. Let's see. Oh, much love. Appreciate y'all's channel. Have a good day. Oh, John Phillips, I'm glad you're here too. Thank you for chiming in and thank you for sharing the things that are bringing you all that love and peace in your life, helping animals, helping people. That's so beautiful. Oh, thank you for the stream, Mr. Friend says. Take care. Likewise, folks. Remember, hey, why don't we write down in the comments in the community tab, and forgive me if I'm delayed. I have to press a million buttons to look for comments. I need to figure this out. Um, why don't we write down all the good this weekend? Why don't we keep a running tally? And if you have a notes app in your phone, call it good. And anytime something good happens, even something small, write it down in your phone. And then maybe on the next live stream, or on the community tab, you can share all the small good things that you noticed this weekend. And we can really help each other in real time, train our mind to notice the good. The cheese says, we'll see y'all. I have to go to bed. Oh, okay. Don't forget to pray. Give glory to God for another beautiful day. Dangerous says, I'm glad I finally saw that you're live. I know. I know. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope I get to see you. I'm wishing you an incredible day, night, wherever you are in the world. Please do look for the good, really notice it. And I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things happening